On a magnificent Friday evening or Friday afternoon, wherever you may be. It's the Teddy Bear, and welcome to Traxx Radio. My goodness, we are being enthralled and captivated with beauty. Yes, Lord.
Thank you.
Singer and songwriter, vocalist, actress. She does it all. The incredibly super talented Miss Terry Dexter is blessing us today with her new hit single, Come Find Me. Yes, Lord.
Yes, thank you. I'm so happy to be here on a Friday.
Yeah. Where have you been? One minute you were making a lot of music. Next thing it's like you just seemed like you just completely disappeared. No movies, no anything. What happened?
Well, you know, I've been doing recording music and releasing music since my teen years, right? And it's kind of the ebb and flow of a career. I think starting so young, I worked a lot. I mean, literally, even before I was my first actual record deal, I was in a band called Traxx. We were like doing shows on the weekends and rehearsing. I mean, I'm like 10 years old, you know, and
Right.
it was such a great blessing. I think by the time I started did the Warner Brothers project and then the A&M project, I was still really young. And you know, you just need to take time off and live too. I think it's having other interests as well, stepping into the acting world, just like being, you know, having fun and spending more time with family and friends. And I think having started so young, I just started figuring out how to kind of step in and out. And also, it's an artistic journey too, learning to really embrace the type of music and type of art and things alike that you really want to do, and really being committed to that as well. So yeah, it's been an ebb and flow, and I've, you know, this whole journey since childhood has really it's been wonderful. You know, even now, just like having this new kind of flow, and then, you know, we'll see what happens in the future, but yeah, I love it. You know, we got to live life too, right? Traveling, just
You
some
have to.
traveling, getting into new interests as well. I love music, and thank God for my gifts in that. I also love other things too, you know, and so it's really just finding that balance in life. So that would kind of explain some of the in and out
Right.
aspects of
Well,
it. Yeah.
you know me. I'm selfish when it comes to you and your music. Right? And a lot of
Yeah.
the supporters
Thank you.
who have been following you for years. So it is
Yeah.
truly
Thank
a
you.
blessing to have you back with some new music. And I mean, you talking about some house dance music. I mean,
Yes. Yes. I
it's
love it. I love it.
it's
Yes.
so. Well, let me ask you,
Sure.
what was your thought process going into the studio as far as the creative juices flowing, saying this is the kind of music that I want to put out at this particular time and moment of your
Yeah.
career?
Yeah. You know, I'm from Detroit, born
Right.
and raised, and house music actually is a genre of music that I grew up listening to. I remember my cousin Tanya, she would babysit us, and she would play house music, and me and my sisters, we just fell in love with it. So because Chicago, who birthed house, um, is next door to us. And so the music of Chicago, literally, it's a few hours away driving. And so you know, that the sound of Chicago house music from Chicago bled into our city and inspired also, you know, Detroit being the founders of techno. It's another dance genre, which I also love. And we kind of inspired each other, the sounds. So I mean, I remember, gosh, like even in Detroit radio, um, there would be a house song and then like R&B song and then a pop song. Like house music was on the radio, and it was a mainstream sound in Detroit too, as well as like techno and pop and R&B and soul and jazz, like it is in Chicago. So it's part of my culture. I grew up in it. I love it. I understand it. House music is so positive. There's such a deep core to house music that maybe a lot of people don't understand. It's very inspiring. And so actually on my first album, Better Than Me remix, which did really well in the dance world, I had a house remix on that record with Roy Davis Jr. from Chicago. And I mean, that was my first foray into house. And so after that, I've continuously released music in the house music world. Specifically, I would say at least 1 or 2 every year since my first release with Roy. Though this year, I would say actually like 2 years ago, I worked with Frankie Feliciano. We had a really successful, great, blessed house record, soulful house. I like to say soulful house record. And then we did a remix with that, was with Wes White. That did really well. And so this year, I feel like is just something really special about my music in the house world. Although I love the Frankie record I did 2 years ago, and with Wes, something about this year. So I did release a record a couple months ago with Frankie Feliciano that did really well. We are still riding that and just so grateful for that. And then this new record, Come Find Me, came literally, I'll move right into that. It's through a friend, a dear friend who told me, you got to meet my friend Marlo Jackson from Chicago, who manages Sweet Georgie, who is the producer and DJ on Come Find Me. And one thing about house and music for me, it's so much, it's wonderful when you get to work with family and people that you love and people that you trust. It's this love thing. So George reached out and Marlo and the record came. So yeah, this year is definitely a big, I would say a special time for me in house music. And it just evolved into that. Yeah. And I'm so excited.
The great thing, you know what, it's wonderful to hear you say that, because when you have so many different genres of music, as far as house, techno, and also go-go music, people that live here don't realize when you go outside the United States, when you go to England, it's huge over in England. They love techno, they love house, and they love as far as go-go music. But I want to ask you, movies, you are an incredible actress. Incredible actress. Are we going to see you anytime soon on TV or on the big screen? Because every time I turn to the Lifetime channel, I'm not afraid to admit I love the Lifetime. I love Hallmark. So I'm going to put that out there. Can we, I mean, at any time soon, are we going to actually see you back on TV again?
Well, you know, yes, I just can't talk about it now because we are on strike. We're striking now. So, yeah, but I'm very excited, you know, about what's to come. I wish I could say, but I will say that I can add just regarding acting. We can go there. I just can't mention anything in respect for our current strike. That, you know, actually acting came from the music side, though. It's interesting because I never really thought about acting before. I think in the past, although I did have some opportunities, I would always, music, I'm a singer and that's what I'm doing. I'm staying in my lane and actors stay there and musicians stay here. And I got an opportunity to showcase both at the same time. And that was kind of like my channel into acting. And there's a lot of similarities in your way of expression. I think also with the acting, there's a rhythm and a melody to being an actor. In my opinion, of course, I think most actors relate to that. And so they're like siblings. Yes, there's a melody to and a rhythm. I say that even in storytelling, there's music in life. There's music in everything that we do. So even in the acting world, in the acting craft, I find the music in the storytelling. So there's an amazing relationship between the two. So yeah, music definitely inspired me and led me into acting, and they're very similar in their own ways, and they inspire each other for sure.
You know, the interesting thing is that so many artists that I've had the pleasure of conversing with, like yourself, they always put the emphasis on living in the moment, being able to explore, go on this journey. And I see now, speaking with you, you're on a journey, definitely an exploration journey on self-discovery and finding out other parts of yourself. What has this journey been like for you over the last 5 years?
Ooh, well, you know, we've obviously been through the pandemic. Although I will say that I've been blessed and very lucky and grateful to be able to still be very creative and have a lot of great opportunities during these last 5 years. I would say that it's definitely opened me up more though, because the world has really evolved and we've been through so much. I mean, every
Right.
day, right? Every day.
Yeah.
I think with social media too, and what we're exposed to and what we're seeing, and it's just so much. It's grown so much in the last 5 years. It's definitely allowed me though, I'd say with the world evolving and changing so much and everything happening in the world that we're all experiencing, it's definitely it's influenced my art, and it's opened me up. If that's I'd say that's a more simple way to say it. I've become more open, more I mean, I've always been open, but I'd say I'm like triple that now.
Right.
More, it's definitely touched on a lot of emotion. So even in my songwriting, um I feel like lyrically and message wise has really grown in the last 5 years. And then as an actor, with the world and everything, and lockdown and everything that we've all been through, learning more about ourselves, I'm sure, right? Especially in those
Yeah.
2 years. It's definitely inspired me as an actor and allowed me to grow as well. So there's been a lot of growth, life growth, and artistic growth for sure. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting that you touched upon the pandemic. What I found as far as that, my own personal experience with that
Yeah.
it really brought people closer to their own mortality, to give a
Yeah.
greater appreciation
Mm-hmm.
on life, the
Yeah.
experiencing of life, memories that we have. And I see now,
Yeah.
because I haven't spoken to you in about, oh my God, it's been about almost 5 years since the last
Yeah.
time we spoke on the radio.
Yeah.
And what I'm seeing now is a completely different, refreshed Terry Dexter, a completely
Yeah.
different vision in life.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you hope to accomplish coming into the new year? I mean, we're less than
Yes.
a month and a half away going into
Yes.
2024. What are some of the things that you would like to see yourself improve, self-improvement, and also some of the things that you
Yeah.
have a passion for?
Yeah. I think number one is really paying attention to the messaging that I'm putting out there. Really paying attention to, and that involves not only the lyrics of the songs that I write or co-write, melody wise, feeling, but also imaging, um, just show everything in a package. I think it's besides even just the music, what I say, what I'm expressing, even in the public, just making sure that my messaging aligns with where my heart is, where my spirit is, taking more responsibility to make a difference and make people feel lifted and inspired and spiritual, and inspire people to live the best life that they can and be the best person that they can. I think really taking that responsibility. I think in my career, I've I've always had this focus of I guess in a way of saying it, changing the world for the better, and that's always led my choices in my career. My yeses and
Right.
my nos. I think now though, instead of more or less allowing things to come to me and waiting for things to come, creating that responsibility, creating that creating projects that instead of waiting for them to come or just halfway stepping up to the plate, like fully standing on that plate, and creating opportunities and creating art and music that does make a difference. So I would say, that to sum it all up, to really put more effort into doing good for the world, into inspiring and lifting people. So really focusing and putting more effort. And I can feel that I'm doing that now. Like, well, I have a few new projects even coming out, and it's really been focused on that. I really want to. I've been reaching out, saying more yeses now to projects that align. Yeah, and so yeah, just really taking that responsibility when you have a gift musically or whatever your gift is. I feel like there is that spirit heart responsibility to try to make the world a better place, try to inspire people and do good in the world. So that's I would say that I I put more fuel in that now.
Right. I
Yeah.
remember the conversation that we had before, and you touched upon, you said, you know what? If I'm not feeling it, if I'm not vibing, I'm not doing it. I remember that. That was what you said. If I'm not feeling it and I'm not vibing with it, regardless how good the project may sound, if I start listening to my voice in my head, I'm not doing it. And you have stood on that. You have stood on that. And now that's one of the things that I've always respected about you. You're not going to just allow yourself to get involved in something that you know that does not feel right to your spirit. Everything has to be natural and organic to you. And that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Now you teased us so far with a slice of cheesecake with this new hit single, Come Find Me. When can we expect it, either an EP or an album from you?
Gosh, right now I'm really excited. I'm working out a lot of different things. I have a few. I have something that maybe like an EP. Yeah, EP. I guess these days means like a few songs. I'm so used to like the full 10 or 12. Well, hey, we're in the new business. This is new business now. It's the singles and EP business, which is great. There's great things in that too. Next year I'm so excited. I have a few different things coming. An EP, possibly. It'll be something with like 3 or 4 songs. That's pretty much an EP, right? And maybe something even more.
I hope so.
A couple of things are also a few new Soulful House records. And also some, I'm working on a few things that are in the R&B soul pop world as well. So it's wonderful when you just open your heart up and you open your gift up and you invite it in, it comes, it comes. I'm so grateful for that.
It does me good to see that captivating smile, man. You just seem so happy and so at peace. That's wonderful, because this industry, entertainment industry, a lot of people don't understand that it's a business. It can be very cutthroat. They'll use you and cash you to the side. We've seen it taking place on too many separate occasions. And you've been doing this, working in this industry for a very long time. And you've seen what it can do. And I'm glad that you're at peace with yourself, but hopefully soon that you do some live performances. We would love to have you come down here to Houston, perform live. There are wonderful venues down there. You got to come down here.
I love Houston. I love it. It's awesome. I do. Every time it's awesome. I had amazing experiences there. And the food is good.
Yes, it is. This is true. This is true. This is true. The new hit single, Come Find Me. Where can the listeners go purchase it?
So now it is available for purchase, for download on Traxx and Beatport. You can go to Traxx or Beatport, and we have four different versions. We have, and they're all wonderful. So it'd be nice to get the whole package, which is cool. But if you'd like one or something, and hey, any support is amazing. So yes, Traxx or Beatport right now. And then on November 17th, which is a few days after my birthday. Birthday next week. It's like my birthday gift this month. Come Find Me is such a great blessing and such a wonderful gift. And so it'll be all streaming, all Spotify, all the streaming platforms on November 17th. So for now, Traxx and Beatport, and then on the 17th, you can stream it all day, or you can do both.
There you go. It is wonderful to see you again. This is your home. Whatever you need, please don't hesitate to let us know. And family, be sure to catch up, of course, with Terry on her Facebook page. That's at Terry Dexter. Support her. Get the new hit single. And be sure to stop by iTunes. I'm sorry, not iTunes, but Apple. At Apple, and get the single With You featuring Frankie Feliciano.
Oh no, featuring Sweet Georgie. Sorry.
Sweet George, Sweet George.
Yes. Frankie was the last one. So this one is actually it's Sweet Georgie from Chicago, DJ producer, and fam. And Eric Cupper did the remix. So we have just a wonderful. Actually, it's kind of like an EP. It's 4 different versions, 4 different takes. So that's pretty interesting. I would say that you can get it as a bundle, like a full package, or you can choose, but we're hoping the bundle. So yeah, yes. And we'll be. I may go to Chicago next year. We're talking about a possibility of doing some live performances. This is just early talks. So definitely some live performances within the next soon for sure. And Teddy, I'm so happy to see you. Your voice, your superstar voice, and loving your show. I mean, it's been 5 years, and
yes,
I'm so proud of you too.
Too long. It's been way too long. Yeah. And maybe next time you grace us with your appearance, you'll be able to let us know as far as what's coming up, as far as on the silver screen is concerned. You got something. You have something cooking, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could. Yeah, but we're out here, we're out here doing what we got to do. We're just,
right. I understand.
Yeah.
Love, much continued success. The Teddy Bear has nothing but love for you. Whatever you need, don't hesitate to let me know. You keep doing what you're doing, okay?
You too. Thank you so much for having me. Sending super weekend vibes, and everybody come find me this weekend or whatever, and stay up and stay lifted. And I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Lord have mercy, the captivating and super talented Terry Dexter. Have a wonderful weekend, my queen.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Lord have mercy, Terry Dexter here on Night Traxx. And be sure, family, to get the new hit single, Come Find Me. Yes, Lord, we did do that. You can pick it up and download it on Traxx. That's Trax, Traxsource.com, and be sure to download and be sure to support her and follow her to get all the latest updates on her official Facebook page. That's at facebook.com/Terry Dexter. It's definitely been a beautiful experience. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and allowing the Teddy Bear to help you tune out all the negativity. It's all about love on this funkin' roll Friday afternoon. And remember, for those who missed the interview, no need to fear. You can see the interview in its entirety on our YouTube page. Yeah, we got a YouTube channel. That's at Night Traxx with 2 X's. That's Night Traxx Podcast Music. Okay. And if you need your thrill to hear just strictly audio, you can also listen to the interview on our iHeart radio station. And also be sure to follow us on TikTok, the same handle at Night Traxx Radio, and the same for Instagram as well as Facebook. And I forgot. Yeah, we're on Spotify too. Same handle. My goodness, so many different platforms. But as long as we get real music out there, that's all that matters. I want everyone to have a fantabulous weekend. Stay safe, stay spiritual, love one another, cherish memories, cherish the music. And as in always, keep it soulful on Night Traxx Radio. God bless.